Hello. In this video, we will look at a weekly routine to follow in order to be successful in Math 091. Every week, you want to begin in the modules in Canvas. There is one module for every week of this course. You want to begin at the modules to preview and access the assignments that are going to be due for the upcoming week. Here's an example of what a sample week will look like in the modules. You can see we're looking at the module for week 1. You always want to start by reading the page called Week 1 Overview. In the week overview, I will give you a summary of the items that we're going to be accomplishing during that week. There will also be highlights or action items that I really want to draw your attention to, and that's a way for me to communicate with you what you really need to focus on that week. It also helps you lay out your plan for the week and helps you budget your time. So for instance, in week 1, we can see we have a discussion board to respond to called the Introduce Yourself discussion board. And you can see the date underneath and the amount of points the assignment is worth. Then there's also on February 1st, a class orientation quiz. Then you can see we have a learning page where you're going to review the order of operations. And after you review the order of operations, you're going to also go to another learning page called Guidelines for the Practice Online Exam. You can see on February 2nd, there is a Practice Online Exam. The purpose of the Practice Online Exam is to make sure that you're comfortable using Respondus Lockdown browser and that you're comfortable entering your answers into a Canvas exam. So when we have the online exams in this course, you're familiar with the technology and you know the process. You can also see we have written work due after you take the online practice exam. Every time we take an exam in this class, we will also have a blank sheet of paper and our workspace, and we will be showing our work for the problems. We will upload our written work when we're done with the exam. After the online practice exam, you should start working on the more assignments for Unit R. Unit R is going to be due on February 5th. After you complete the more assignments, you can see that you need to go back into the Introduce Yourself discussion board and reply to one of your classmates. Give your classmates some good feedback on what you read in their discussion post. This is how we're going to start learning that we have things in common with each other, and we're going to build a community of learners in our online course. And then finally, we have another discussion board that week called Share a Strategy, How to Learn Math. That discussion board will share some amazing tips for you to be successful in an online math course. You'll notice in the Getting Started module of this course, there is a place for you to access and print all the due dates for the entire course. I highly recommend you print that and keep it at your workspace wherever you have your school materials in your house, or if you have an office, or wherever you sit down and do your work. You could tack it to a bulletin board or something right by your laptop so you can always see the assignments that are going to be due for the entire course at a glance. It's really helpful to have everything all laid out. So if you need to plan ahead, or if you know that you have a busy week coming up, or if you know you're going to be traveling, you can look at the assignments that are due and you can make sure that you're still keeping up with your course even while you're tending to other areas in your life. It's nice to be able to have a plan and plan out what you're going to do every week. Okay, after you've viewed the weekly module outline, you're ready to begin with your more assignments. When I say more assignments, I'm referring to a media lesson, a homework assignment, and a quiz. You're going to start with the media lesson for the given unit. During the media lesson, you're going to have a series of videos to watch, and while you're watching those videos, you're going to be taking notes in your student workbook. The pages of the student workbook align with the videos. So the examples you'll see in the videos are also printed in your student workbook, and in the student workbook, there's space for you to work out the examples as you're watching the videos. Once you score 100% on the media lesson, the homework assignment will open up for you in the MORE system. So whatever unit you are working on, when you're in the MORE system, you just click on the folder for that unit and the media lesson will be within that folder. You can also see above, there's a calendar of due dates within MORE as well, for your media lessons, homework, and quizzes. Again, the homework for the unit will become available once you reach a score of 100% on the media lessons. Here's what a sample media lesson page should look like. So while you're taking notes as you're watching the media lesson videos, you should be filling out the blank spaces in your student workbook. And again, those examples will align with the examples that you're watching in the videos. But there's space here for you to show your work, so you're getting practice before you start the homework and before you take the quiz. After you complete the media lesson, you're ready for the homework assignment and more. Again, you want to achieve 100% on the homework so you can access the quiz, which will come after the homework. Now, you can reattempt a problem as many times as you want in the Moore system. You get 3 tries per problem. If after the 3rd try, for some reason you still did not get the correct answer, you can generate a similar problem and you get 3 more tries. And the cycle continues until you get 100%. This is great practice for you. This is also a way for you to self-assess which types of problems you need the most practice on. And it's also a way for you to take a little break and reach out to either our virtual tutoring center or reach out to me, your instructor, for help if you feel like you're stuck in a cycle on a certain problem. Reach out for help so you can get the right answer and progress through the assignment. So you'll see here the quiz for the unit becomes available once you achieve 100% on the homework. But remember, since you can generate a problem as many times as you want, every single student has the opportunity to earn 100%. When you're completing your homework problems, you should have a separate notebook or you should have extra loose leaf paper organized in your binder to show work for the problems in the homework. Notice how you'll put a title at the top of the page so you know which unit you're working on, and you'll number each question. So now you have a nice collection of examples for you when you're taking the quiz and to help you study on exams. And also, if you reach out to a tutor or if you reach out to me, your instructor, for help on a certain question, you can easily flick back in your notebook, find your work, and I can help you. If you're struggling on that problem, I can help you troubleshoot and I can help you eventually. Together we can get to the right answer. All right, after you've completed the homework, then you're ready for the quiz. Now, the quiz will look very similar to the homework, but for the quizzes, you have 2 attempts at each problem before you can try a similar. But guess what? You still have the opportunity to get 100% on every quiz. You can generate a problem as many times as necessary until you get 100%. And the nice thing about the quizzes is now you have your wonderful resources in your spiral notebook where you showed all your work for the homework problems. So you have all these worked out examples to refer back to as a resource when you're taking the quiz. Again, the quiz becomes available as soon as you score 100% on the homework. After you've completed the media lesson, the homework, and the quiz and more, make sure you're still returning back to the module for that week in Canvas, because there could be other things to do that week, such as a discussion board or an extend your learning assignment, or there might be an exam. So there's other things in the modules in Canvas that you want to make sure you're accomplishing. Remember, we have materials housed in More, and we also have materials and assignments in Canvas itself. Every week, you want to return to the modules and follow the same workflow. Have a wonderful day.